Hey folks, Jackdaw here. Dragon Dogma 2 has barely been out for a couple of days, and here I am already curious about what is coming next in this fantastic action RPG. And no, I'm not talking about stupid last-minute microtransactions thrown in last minute by Capcom. No, today we're talking about real, substantial, meaty, downloadable content. Stuff like the Dark Arisen expansion that we've had in the past, and it actually looks like we might have something quite like the Dark Arisen expansion to look forward to for DD2, as a recent leak suggests that Dragon Dogma 2 is getting proper expansion DLC expected to drop later this year. So join me as we explore all of this leak together, but of course remember to take this all with a grain of salt, as nothing has been outrightly confirmed yet. So this first initial leak comes from a Reddit user known as ByHanKuo, hinting at a Dragon Dogma 2 DLC expansion called The Dragon Princess. And this rumoured release date for the DLC is specifically November 29th, 2024. And this all comes from a leaked screenshot shared across the internet showing a supposed lineup of releases by Capcom. Of course, we don't have any solid proof for this, so its legitimacy does remain in doubt, but it seems like this screenshot has came from an internal Capcom event and has then been shared across Reddit, if it is of course legit at all. And in some regard, lining up with its legitimacy, we do have highly awaited Capcom titles like Monster Hunter Wilds and Resident Evil 10 quite accurate in terms of their upcoming releases. And so while this initially dropped the title and an inkling of when to expect DD2 content, building on that initial leak, an anonymous poster on 4chan of all trusted sources and places to go dropped even more details about this Dragon Princess DLC. Now, I have seen some people online claim that this anonymous poster is a Capcom employee, but I have not seen any solid proof of that, nor have I seen this source clarify where they got this information from. So again, take this with a pinch of salt. It just all marries up with the initial lineup leak. So this anonymous poster said that the Dragon Princess is said to be larger than its predecessor Dark Arisen from the original Dragon's Dogma, and rather than changing the base game, quite like Dark Arisen, the Dragon Princess adds a new area called the Swamp and the Tundra of Galicia, inspired by Northern Europe countries. This massive area, about the size of the game's already huge main map, can be accessed from different points in the east of Vernworth. And regarding the story, this DLC supposedly revolves around another Arisen, a female protagonist chosen by a different dragon after the events of the main game. While the main story can be accessed after completing the game, players can explore this new region at any time. And the DLC is rumoured to cost around 30 American bucks, making it one of Capcom's biggest expansions. Interestingly, it's been in development alongside the main game, and players can expect to face around 10 significant new monsters and roughly 35 additional enemy types, including new tough opponents like a giant snow troll, a spider bear, poison wyvern, and a Cerberus. Ultimately, that's where we are left off from both of these leak trails. If this leak turns out to be true, the prospect of the Dragon Princess DLC for DD2 is, in my opinion, genuinely exciting. The idea of a larger expansion, bigger than Dark Arisen, featuring a brand new area inspired by Northern Europe. Additionally, introducing a new Arisen to the story could bring a fresh perspective, especially with the story being set after the ending. And when we all consider the implications of the game's true ending with our own Arisen, it seems very logical for the developers to explore this brand new route, offering players a new experience with a brand new narrative set after the main story of DD2. Equally, the thought of battling brand new creatures like a giant snow troll and a poison wyvern adds even more fun and iconic battles to the mix. I just really hope that we get more vocations if this DLC is to be true, because what's the point in giving us a new Arisen with a brand new map and even more cool crazy bosses to fight with the same vocations from the OG game. Overall, this DLC to me sounds really exciting and would be ideal if of course true, injecting a bit more fun and replay value into the game, because of course once the credits roll on our DD2 Arisen, you have to New Game Plus it, so I really like the idea of this definitely being post-ending and more of a spin-off kind of deal. Ultimately, take this all with a grain of salt until Capcom themselves decide to confirm this officially in time. I believe if this is to be the case, we'll probably get some sort of Summer Games reveal with DD2 showing off their latest DLC. And speaking of Capcom and showing things off, recently the Dragon Dogma 2 Twitter account tweeted that the game had sold over 2.5 million units, pushing the series over the 10 million units worldwide. And this success has led Capcom to commit to further supporting the game in the future with updates, and i.e. kind of hinting towards DLC. And moreover, they very recently distributed a survey to gauge player interest in potential future DLC content. And so with all of these developments now connecting together, there's definitely reason to be optimistic about potential expansions in the world of Dragon Dogma 2. So do let me know what you think of the Dragon Princess DLC based on this leaked detailing. What do you think? Are you up for a post-ending DLC? Do you have any other better, funner ideas? Would you prefer more of a dark Arisen expansion instead? Let me know all of your thoughts down below. But of course, until the next one, I have been Jackdaw, and I should go. Whoa.